Hi.
Hi there. How are you?
Hey, good. How you doing?
Good, good.
How's life over there?
It's good. Yeah, a little crazy. We're getting new windows put in our house, so if there's some banging in the background, that's that's why. But it's good.
Yeah, it's been today was the first day that I was like, I can do this.
Yeah.
'Cause we just picked up the computers from school yesterday, so the kids are like so happy to have their own device because I was always, I'm stressed out there on my work stuff. I'm just like, don't make your hands and touching that, and don't download a game.
I know,
So
right?
they're really happy and it's amazing. They're both getting their work done so quick. Whereas I thought, especially with my daughter, I thought it was going to be like pulling teeth. And I'm so stoked because Given's definitely going to be homeschooled next year. And now I'm like, gosh, True could do it, which is
Yeah.
crazy. I never thought that I would say that it's possible. But if they have a plan and then I'm like, hey, the fun stuff comes later, they can get it done quick,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
which
No,
is cool.
Haley's been enjoying doing her schoolwork too, which I'm super happy about because
Yeah,
she's can be a little difficult sometimes with like tasks and staying on time.
totally. And it's probably a
But
lot harder her work, right? Because what is she in 10th grade?
ninth grade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just kind of been more of a review. And the stuff that they're doing, well, they're tentatively supposed to go back to school May 1st.
Wow. Us
And
too, actually.
yeah, and so all the stuff that they're doing is kind of just review. And they are required to turn it in, but it's not going to be graded. They just want to keep them going and doing something. So
Mhm.
I'm like, just do what you can and we will figure out the rest.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. It's
Yeah.
so interesting how it's happening.
Yeah.
It's crazy everywhere. Yeah,
I
my friend's
know.
in New York and her she said it's crazy because they're like cooped up in their apartment, but she said there's like army tents going up all over the place that they're putting bodies in.
Oh my gosh.
I know. It's crazy times.
Yeah, that is kind of
I try not
scary.
to look at the news, but then when it gets home, when you talk to someone and it's close, it's crazy. So
Yeah,
mm.
it is. Yeah. Well, I do see one person on. Should we just go ahead and get started? And then
Yeah, let's go ahead and get started.
if everybody else kind of jumps on, they can just kind of catch up where we're at.
Yeah, or you can send a
Awesome.
recording
Okay.
if their life happened to them, because that
Yeah.
happens.
Awesome. Well, I just want to welcome Steve. I see you're on there, but thank you so much for jumping on this call and for taking your time out of this crazy day and these crazy times. But I just appreciate you jumping on, taking a look at what we have to offer, because I think it's pretty big and it's pretty exciting stuff. I would just like to share a little bit about like my story, how I became involved in LifeVantage, and then I'm going to turn it over to Daisy to kind of wrap up the call. But I was introduced to LifeVantage a little over a year ago. We have a horse. Both of my daughters have horses, and they ride. And we had one horse that had broken a bone in her foot because of a deep flexor tendon strain that she had. And we were getting ready to put her back into training because she had healed from the fracture. But I was just looking for something to support her while we were getting her going again. And I had just happened to come across a post on Facebook from a friend of mine that she was activating her horses with this Nerf 2 technology. So just reached out to her and asked some more questions, and that's when I really learned more about Nerf 2 and what it can do. And then I realized that it really is for humans. And the products, there's multiple products that are for human consumption as well. And so I dove kind of into the background, the science behind it. And when I saw how Nerve 2 is created and how it affects our bodies, I knew that I needed to be on the product for sure. I have an autoimmune disease, and I also have a genetic mutated gene that puts me at risk for 5 different cancers. There's lots and lots of cancer that runs in my dad's side of the family. And so when I found out just the science behind the products, I knew I needed to be on it. And so I put myself on it. I put my husband on it. He has terrible asthma. And I put our horses on it, and now my kids are on it. But that's just kind of where I started with these products and with this company. And it's been almost exactly a year ago when I actually became a distributor and started to share the products with people. And at that time, I was a massage therapist. And so I just kind of worked it into my massage therapy business, shared with the people that I wanted to give the information to. And just through that, I was able to retire as a massage therapist in December, close my doors. I had worked as a massage therapist for 16 years, and it just was time. My body was hurting, and it just kind of was time to make a shift. And so LifeVantage was able to take over that like job for me.
Good
And
timing.
yeah, perfect timing, right? Because I would have had to have closed my doors 2-3 weeks ago, when all non-essential businesses were asked to close their doors. So that's kind of my background and my story with LifeVantage, how I got started. So I'm going to introduce Daisy. This is Daisy Shane Goodwin, and she is a retired professional athlete. She lives on Kauai, which I wish I was in Kauai right now because it's freezing cold here in Nevada. But she is now a mom of 3, and she was able to work this business, and she earns $20,000 in residual income each month with this business. And it's just part of making it part of your daily life, and just the joy of being able to share it with people. So I will hand it over to Daisy.
Thanks, Jenny. I so appreciate that. And
Yeah.
Steve, I know that we're all pretty busy, so I'm not going to take up too much of your time. I don't know if you want to mute your line just in case. I think you can mute. I'm just going to basically share my story today and also some slides of why this product, and tell you a little bit about the comp plan, and that's it. We're just going to give you some information. And then Jenny, also if anyone's watching the replay, welcome. I'm gonna talk for maybe 15 minutes and give you some homework so that you can take your own notes, and really do your own research, because for me, I never in a million years thought I would be a network marketer. I always thought it was a pyramid scheme. I thought it wasn't a real way to do business. I thought it was for like shady people that just wanted to make $1 off their friends. And what I found so far doing this for the last 7.5 years, it's not that at all. It's a way to offer a gift to people. This product, what I've seen personally over the last bit that I've been in this, has been nothing short of miraculous. And the reason why is because of what it does on our cellular level. So I'm going to explain that, a little bit about my background. Like Jenny said, I was a professional athlete, my husband as well. And we had a great run with it, but it was just like any other job. And in 2008, we got our income cut in half, and tried to open a small business here on Kauai and a little cafe, thought we could, make a little money and serve the community. Well, if you've owned a small business, you know that your feet are nailed to the floor. You get paid last. For us, it was a 24/7 job, and we didn't get compensated what we thought would even be fair, just a little bit to get by, So we ended up shutting the doors, nothing short, maybe this close to bankruptcy, filing for bankruptcy, then went into survival mode. The difference with now is people can't even go into survival mode. For me, I was able to get a few jobs waitressing, cleaning vacation rentals. My husband did the odd construction job, but you can't even do that right now. And so that's why this information is more powerful than ever. That's why after 2 weeks, I still don't have a voice. I'm trying to get it back, but I'm talking about this nonstop because everyone's looking for something. Now, when I got involved, I was so skeptical I wouldn't even look at the product or the business. side of it. But my friend, I did trust him, and he had been battling a life-threatening ailment. The FDA doesn't allow us to say that this can cure any disease, but he was told that he could bring his glutathione up, it would really help with the cancer cells that were attacking his body. And he was, this product, our flagship product, raises it by 300%. So since then, he's been cancer-free. Since then, I have heard story after story after story. It doesn't matter what the ailment, people notice a difference. So the first thing I'm gonna have you write down is what got my attention first, and that's abcnewsreport.com. And Steve, she can send you this information too if you don't have a pen and a paper. But this was basically done in 2005, and ABC Primetime, remember that show? It was pretty big in the 90s and in the early 2000s. They went in to debunk this scientist who was world-renowned for making medical claims that had never yet been possible. And that is that our flagship product was reducing the oxidation in our cells by an average of 40% in 30 days. Unheard of. Nothing has ever been able to do that. But what happened with this guy is he whittled, with him and his colleagues, 50 herbs down to 5. And what they found was that they had a crazy synergistic effect to be 1,800 times more effective. Now, really what this is probably just Chinese medicine that's been used for centuries, but you know, the Western world, we catch on late, and a lot of us are real skeptical on that kind of medicine. But what happened was they noticed that in mice, it was reducing oxidation by an average of 40% in 30 days. So let me show you real quick a slide on what oxidative stress is. This is what got my attention big time, is because I understood when you cut an apple and you put it on a shelf, it turns brown. Basically, it's the same with as we age, it's like the rusting of an engine. Our cells begin to deteriorate, they rust, and basically cause all disease. Oxidative stress is the reason why disease is present. It's going to be a buzzword more and more as time goes on. But look at this. These are just the 5 herbs that are in our flagship product. But what I want you to focus on is that the synergistic effect is 1,800 times more effective. The way I like to look at it, this is a perfect picture, is when you eat antioxidants, or you take care of yourself, or you do a cleanse, or you try to be as healthy as possible. Because free radicals are bombarding us at 1 million per second, it's like throwing a Dixie cup of water on a house fire. But with this product, because it is a 1 to 1 million ratio, 1 million to 1 ratio, it is like having a fire hose in every single room of the house. And I'm a very visual person, so that really did get my attention. Personally, what I noticed, having money stress brought an anxiety out in me that I'd never known my entire life. I woke up depressed a lot of days, couldn't sleep. I was insomniac. My kids didn't have a present mom. I struggled. Money is right up there with food, air, and water. So that's why this information is so powerful right now, because so many people are hurting and don't have a plan B. And for me, when I started taking this product, as skeptical as I was because it was network marketing, I noticed that I felt better almost immediately. I was sleeping like a baby. I could handle the daily stress. And really what happened over time was I watched my husband, my father-in-law, different people that, started to take the product that I, talked to, get to the bottom of their bottle and want more. And what happened after that ABC Primetime aired, I'll say it one more time, abcnewsreport.com, Steve, in case you missed that, and Carly, if you're joining, Jenny can get you this information. But definitely watch that, because they went in to debunk the scientists for making these medical claims that had never been possible. And what they found was, when they took, the news broadcaster's blood, is that measured by T-bar test, his oxidative stress had gone down 45% in 2 weeks. So this is big news. What also, definitely made me think more and start to do more research is that they couldn't distinguish an 80-year-old's blood from a 20-year-old's blood. And you'll see it's about a 5-6 minute video, and you'll be able to see that piece that was done and kind of get a bigger picture of, they go into detail more on the different, how it's related to every disease. There's a doctor from Harvard on there talking. But here's what happened is, overnight, 2 million orders came into this small bike company. Now, they were cells at GNC and High Health, different health food stores, but these were scientists. They didn't have the infrastructure to handle that demand. So over time, people came back maybe once, maybe twice, but over time, they tried infomercials. They tried different ways to promote this and to advertise this. But because this is literally a medical breakthrough, Washington Post calls this one of the most innovative, and biggest breakthrough in preventative medicine of the 20th century. So, you know, this is a big deal. And unfortunately, the company began to go out of business. But here is what happened that really sealed the deal for me, is that all these universities, all these amazing, respected organizations did their own research after that ABC primetime aired. So, you know, if you go to the National Institute of Health's website, there are over 24 peer-reviewed research studies on our natural product. So instead of, you know, people say, oh, our products have science behind them, and this is real science. This is peer-reviewed research studies. So that's the next thing I'm going to have you write down, because this was the icing on the cake for me. PubMed.gov, PubMed.gov. This is the National Institute of Health's website. This is where doctors, scientists, veterinarians, people with, you know, very, very respected degrees go to do their research. And as you can see, I'll share the slide. You can see how many different reputable sources have done their own research. I mean, look at this: Harvard, Ohio State, Texas Tech, American Heart Association. You can go and read all these studies to see what I mean. That don't take my word for it. Don't take Jenny's word for it. Go and do your research. See why this is such a crazy breakthrough. And for me, you know, I never thought that I would do network marketing. I said that in the beginning. Mostly because to me, there are products out there, you know, there's oils and there's origami and there's hair situations. There's, you know, shakes and, you know, beach body stuff. There's all different kinds of things. But I'm not a salesperson. I couldn't go out there and promise that this was going to do what it did. If someone can go and get a competitive product right down the road at their, you know, CVS. But what I love about this is there's no competition. We own the patents. It's a publicly traded company. That's a big one. This is a very, you know, respected industry when you can find a product that over delivers and a corporate, you know, foundation that is over delivering with their compensation plan. You know, our stock just went from $1 to $15 before this whole pandemic, you know, happened. This company is going places, and it's because the cornerstone of the handful of products that we have over deliver. Our retention rate is 87%. That is totally unheard of, you know, in the network marketing industry. So how my story goes as well is I started to talk about the product, and more people, because they trust each other, you know, you trust Jenny to get on, more people decided to try it, and they created their own stories of how they were feeling on this product. And then they told more people, and the next thing you knew, the organization started to grow. And that's why network marketing, since the beginning of time, has been the best way to advertise, especially if you have a story to tell, because people trust their friends. Now, what I started to realize is that I network market every day, whether I do this or not. Think of the last restaurant that you ate at and you loved. Now, granted, it was probably a couple months ago, but did you not tell 5 friends that you loved their new entree? When you go back, you don't even get a free soft drink. The Netflix, I just told 10 people about this new series that I found last week, but I don't even get a month off my Netflix subscription. All network marketing is they put the money back in the pockets of the people that are talking about it. Now, for sure, there's companies out there that have given it a bad name, and you know, and that's a lot of it is because it's people aren't willing to do the work, or the company doesn't have a strong foundation. But I've watched this company in the last 7.5 years grow. I've watched people's lives be changed with their health and their wealth, and I've seen and I trust that there's nothing better. What else? Let me talk a little bit about the business, but what else I just wanted to share was that the handful of products that we have are all incredible. They are integral for me, which is very important. They're checked for herbicides, pesticides, heavy metals, all before they're cold pressed. For me, that's important, and important for the people that I bring on board. I want to make sure that these products don't have any toxins in them, that they're going to, you know, do what they say they're going to do. A little bit about the business. Now, this industry is a $240 billion industry, the second highest in our entire country, next to being a pro athlete. That's the highest payout. But it's bigger than the organic food trade. It's bigger than the movie industry, the music industry. It's gigantic. And that's because, especially now, there's going to be a lot more people joining, is because people want to make a supplemental income and basically create a wheel that will spin without you. Now, I learned that firsthand with my third pregnancy, and I was put flat on my back with bed rest at month 4. And I watched this check come in every single month, whether I picked up my phone or not. And I didn't for, a year and a half of my third son's, first year of his life. And that's such a beautiful thing that this can do. So a little bit about this business, a couple ways to get paid, and then we can open it up for questions. I'm only gonna have a few minutes, but there's something called the Fast Start bonus. And for me early on, when I didn't have enough money to go and take my kids to dinner, things were really tight when I started this, but you get 40% of whatever you bring back into the company next Friday. So if you bring in, say you get $100 auto ship order from your neighbor, you're going to make $40 back next Friday. And that's a big deal. So whatever you bring in, you're going to make 40%. And I love that because people can get paid quick. Obviously the money goes up as you bring in different packs and different auto ships and things like that. Also, the matching bonus is a very, very lucrative and amazing way to do business. And how that works is whoever you bring in on that first level, you're going to get 10% of their income for the rest of their time with LifeVantage. So, say you bring in your neighbor after he loves the product, he comes in, you're going to get 10% of whatever he makes, and whoever else you bring in, you're going to get their income, 10% of that. Then you're going to get 5% 4 more levels down. So your neighbor brings in his mom, she brings in her doctor, she brings in her cousin, he brings in his neighbor. Now, this is why network marketing works so well, is because it's not who you know or who they know. It's who the other people know, and it starts to grow and grow. You need a product that over delivers products, and you also, need to have the work ethic of being coachable and just being the bridge. So when I started, I was a little nervous. I was like, network marketing, I don't want to tell my friends I'm doing network marketing. So I just told them, hey, this looks like something very interesting. You may be looking. Can you get in front of this information? And that's how I built this until I started making the money and realizing that this was real. And that's what we do here. We teach you how to basically bring people in front of the information and let them decide. Now, another part of the bonus that I love is called the elite bonus. I'm going to show you a slide really quick. What happens is when you get to the elite ranks, Pro 7 to Pro 10, you're going to global profit share in everything sold in the world. Right now, we're only in a handful of countries, but as this grows, we're going to open more and more. But here, let me just show you the income disclosure statement. This is important to see, and because we're publicly traded, you are able to see our numbers. It's transparent. I love that. So let me just share this really quick. When I got in, I thought, gosh, if I could get to Pro 4 and make $1,400 extra a month by, that's residually, it's coming in every month, that would change my life. I could quit the waitressing jobs. I could be present with my kids. I could start to pay off the credit card bills, but that happened pretty quick. And the reason is because the health and wellness industry is the biggest world economy that we've ever seen booster. $3 trillion industry, especially now. People want to, really take care and invest in their health. So, I got here pretty quickly, and so have a lot of people on my team. And then I started to realize, oh my gosh, I'm going to hit the elite ranks. I'm going to start to global profit share and everything sold in the world. Now, it took me about a little over a year to hit Pro 7, and then 2 years to hit Pro 8. This is my current rank. And just the Pro 8 bonus, I'm saying just that bonus pays for my mortgage. So that's what's possible here. I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that so that you know that that's what's possible. Now, it does take work. It takes little bits of time every day. For me, I did something for my business every day. I was so busy when I started this. I literally had 1 hour a day when my daughter napped. And I took it seriously, and I just followed the system that's in place of inviting and getting, and also plugging in, getting trained. And that's it. I had 1 hour a day, and it started to grow and grow and grow without me. And that's what's possible here. And the reason that this is so important, again, is because so many people are looking. If this isn't for you, I'm guarantee you, at least 10 people that have lost their jobs, and have no plan B. So, like I said, the products are for everybody. Everybody needs to get on this product. I can't say that, I'm not allowed because of the FDA and stuff to tell you every single testimonial that I've seen or heard on my team. But I can tell you that I have not gotten the flu in 5 years. I've gotten the cold, but I haven't gotten the flu. These products are unbelievable for what they do for your health and animals as well. I love that Jenny said her horse was on it first. That's amazing. So, this business may not be for you, which is totally fine, but think if there is someone that it could help. The reason I'm still doing this after 7.5 years is because I love to help people get out of their current situation. The reason is I'll never forget where I was. I'll never forget the pain of survival mode. And the truth is if you don't know about this now, in 2 years, people are going to know about this company. It's on the rise. We win awards for our company. Like I said, we just, our stock just went from $1 to $15. We just closed the ringing bell on the NASDAQ right before this pandemic started. We had the biggest fiscal year, every year it's just going up. So I do have a couple minutes. If you guys have any questions, you can unmute yourself on the bottom and ask them. And if not, just get with Jenny and ask her, if you have questions, ask her to them. She can get you with other people. And, even more than that, we're here for you. We're a team, the way that we build this. So anybody, Steve, Carly, you guys good? Oh, hi, Steve.
I have a question about, you mentioned that like an 80% retention rate. What retention are you speaking of?
Yeah, it's actually 87, and it is basically the people that come back for more. So our auto ships in our company, that's the retention rate. Every month, it's 87% of, the main amount that are going out, which is, usually people just try the product and then they quit. Not ours, but that's what normally happens. But not here. We just got an award, which is just so awesome. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Yeah. And also, if you could just, get with Jenny, even through a text, and just tell her how you'd like to move forward, that would be great, so that she just knows. And she's, that's the thing about this, is that it does take some follow-up of just saying, hey, how do you want to move forward? So I always say, let's just cut that out, and you just tell her how you want to move forward. Take the product, don't take the product, start the business. We'll help you through the whole thing. So thanks so much for coming on, you guys. And Jenny, just love you, and you stay safe out there and stay healthy, everybody.
Thank you for your time, Daisy.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Thank you, Daisy. Thank you guys so much for jumping on. I really appreciate it. We'll talk soon.
Okay, thank you.